Hello, this is Decoherent, and welcome back to some more Torment Tides of Numenera. So, before we start, I had some fairly severe computer problems, so I think I have it all set back up, but if the audio balance is off, let me know. So, I want to finish up this stupid quest, and it's not really giving me a whole lot to go on. So, who have I not talked to here? Let's talk to Mallet again. Just want to make sure that I've grilled them for everything they can tell me. Let's talk about your eating habits again. You sure you haven't killed anyone else? Yeah, you're probably pretty sure. Doesn't eating human flesh bother you? Oh, bother? Nope. Bother ain't the right word. He rubs the back of his neck. You think you're gonna mind the taste, but you don't. The part I don't like is the memories from the person you eat end up in your head, and you can't make them shut up. That's interesting. The four of us ate this scholar, not a fancy one, but one with old robes. Kiyatawa was talking about some word she kept hearing after. Word? He scowls. I didn't get a word. I got a memory of his when I was picking him out of my teeth. He was lying in bed, dying maybe, waiting for his son to come see him. His eyes kept closing, and his son never came. He shakes his head like a beast trying to dislodge a biting insect. Not that I saw, anyway. And that's just from one meal. His eyes flicker away from you, and for a brief moment you see the fear in his eyes, the helplessness. That's interesting. Huh. Okay. Hey, Mbudu, so do we have any other questions? Do you think any of the other gender horror could be capable of murder? Certainly not, he declares, and then pauses. Well, they do come and go as they please, hunting for bodies left in the gutter like broken leaves. He smiles mistily up at the air, as though reminded of his younger years. The Devourer of Wrongs was standing vigil here the last few days, but any of the others could be responsible, I suppose. He runs his eyes across them, humming a fretful little memory. Oh dear, he says. They really are a suspicious lot, aren't they? Mallet enjoys hurting people. Kiyatawa tells her little lies, and Gazé, well, she's quite unique. He seems pleased at this, as though he had accomplished her uniqueness himself. All in all, they're a horrifying bunch, aren't they? Hadn't really noticed before. Let's see if I can bluff him. I've spoken to all of you, and I think I know who the murderer is. Ah, he says, looking uncomfortable. Good. Were this decades ago, I would handle the investigation myself. But I am, perhaps, a little past my prime. He drops his voice to a whisper. His breath is sour, and a wild light dances in the deep places of his eyes. Bring your suspicions to Folsom. He will take the correct actions. He already does. Oh. Okay. That's not exactly the response I wanted. Okay, so let's think about this. So the Devourer is pretty non-human. In B2, we already talked to Folsom, and they were out drinking. Let's see here. Mallet said he was drinking with somebody, wasn't he? Seems to be a major thing. Actually, why don't I just look at... I should just look at my quest log here and see if that gives me any indications. Okay, so... Folsom suspects Metkina. I do not. Okay. Okay, Mallet says he was getting drunk in a corner of the manufactory. Okay. Gazé is pretty oddball. Honestly, of everyone I've met, I suspect her the least. It just doesn't seem like she's the type of person that would do this. I mean, the whole idea of murder was bizarrely foreign to her, and she strongly disapproved of the whole, like, eating only most of a person thing. So Kiyatawa... That's right, she said something about Circus Minor. Let's see here... And then I went and talked to Prada. It says, Kiyatawa staggering around the area, muttering about hollow red circles. Huh. That doesn't sound like what she told me. Okay. So Mallet said he was drinking in the manufactory. Okay. So we've already more or less got Imbidu cleared. And I'm going to take a miss on the Crazy Mutant and the Devourer. So it leaves me with, like, Kawatawa and Mallet. So Kawatawa's got something weird going on. Who can I talk to over here? Supervisor, manufacturer worker. Can't remember if you have any dialogue tree. Yeah.
Learning begets doing. Or is it the other way?
Oh, here we go. Have you seen any Dendrohur in the manufactory lately? What does that have to do with anything? The construct roars. Am I supposed to take stock of every human that stumbles aimlessly across my floor? It pauses, its two bright eyes scanning the ceiling. Ah, yes, I did happen to see one, as a matter of fact. A large male who was lounging under one of the pipes, drinking and slobbering on himself. Then, it continues in tones of deep disgust, it slept right through all that shrieking about a murder. Barely even woke to vomit about oneself. Did you see that guy again? What? I forgot when he needs business? Oh, what's this? So you need work done. Okay. Except if you've come on her behalf, it says. Medkina stirs beside you. I told her before that her device is not broken. The fault lies in her. The construct rumbles in his chest. I might also warn against fiddling with a device that can tangle reality. But you know your business, I'm sure. I haven't forgotten, Medkina murmurs, but you barely hear. A memory is reaching out for you, pulling you away to a different time. The underbelly is not yet what it will become. The three foremen are dim shapes in a wavering hemisphere of light. The air is thick with dust, and the great engines beyond are cold and silent. True to its nature, the master foreman is lecturing you. No, the construct says. What matters is that it can be done. Shouldn't matter. Should is a waste of everyone's time. I agree. Are you fainting? The master foreman, the present one, says suspiciously. No fainting allowed on the manufactory floor. We can't have workers tripping over you and toppling into forges. We'll miss deadlines. I need to get to an underground location. Can you make me a digging device? Yes, the master foreman declares, glowing eyes scanning the ceiling. Stalkers, bring me the war machine casing from Z-19, the intelligence nexus from B2, and the scouring claws from my personal collection. Now, let's talk payment. Make sure you include the costs of repairing the damage done by unleashing an insane war machine with molten claws on the city.
I'll remember that.
Stalkers, stand by, the master foreman shouts. Artisan's not wrong, it says in a much lower voice, for once. That might be more construct than you need. Give me a moment. The eyes wink out for several seconds. Engines embedded in the construct's chest roar. Then, the eyes reignite. Find me the intact corpse of a Stitchus. We can reinforce the carapace and recover the spatial memory system if it's not too far gone. Should lead you straight to its lair, and since you're supplying the materials, I'll waive the cost. Huh. I wonder if this would be an alternate way to have solved the Stitchus quest. So, I found a Stitchus corpse in a dead-end tunnel on the far side of the underbelly. Will that work for a digging construct? The construct's eyes become a bonfire. Fetchers, it roars. Artificers, report to supervisor for a new project. Hours later, the workers trudge back. The supervisor makes a complicated hand sign to the master foreman. You'll find the construct where you left it, ready for use, the construct grumbles. I should have asked you to pay after all. Supervisor says it's a masterpiece. Its eyes dim as it descends into deeper thought. But, no. A deal's a deal. Okay, what the heck just happened there? We just got quest progress for a quest I've already finished. Oh. So I didn't need to solve this whole Stitches thing after all, if it... I mean, that's fine. Lots of interesting things happened when I did that, but... Okay, so where is this thing? Said right outside the Stitches lair, right? Is this...
Yes. Now.
That says loot. I must have missed something. Okay, just some money. But where is the corpse? Was the corpse... Oh, here it is.
Why, of course.
I like where this is going. I wonder if I play with this, if this will upset the Stitches. Let's find out. The animated corpse of the Stitches you unearthed towers above you, waiting for your commands. Okay, first, let's wave at it to see if there's any reaction. The thing's pupil's eyes its eyes get brighter at the passage of your hand, but that's the extent of its response. Let's take a look at this a little more carefully. It isn't difficult spotting the additions that the Master Foreman's workers have done. Opalescent metal fills its wounds, and the mangled claw has been replaced with a mechanical one. Coils of ridged cables spring from patch to patch before plunging into its thorax. Some of its eyes have changed as well. Faint, glowing lights blink from otherwise empty sockets. Oh, we can totally save the Stitches! We're totally gonna do this. Construct. There's an outcast Stitches in the dump behind the fifth eye. I want you to dig a tunnel and bring it safely back here. The automaton regards you for a long moment. Its mechanical eye sockets flash in a cascade, up and down, as if it cannot quite understand what you're asking it to do. Finally, it turns and burrows into the rock.
Remember that.
A short time later, the automaton returns, and the outcast Stitches is following close behind. The smaller creature scuttles a short way down the tunnel, edging past the automaton as quickly as it can. I don't think I need any tunnels. Did that... Okay, totally let it out. Awesome.
I'm going.
Okay, let's go talk to the kids and tell them that I saved their new mutant friend. I wonder if that's going to upset Chikact. Oh, I would love to be able to wrap this up. All that's left is this one and then the murder quest, and I think I've got everything nailed down. Alright, Zeb, let's chat.
Yeah, that's something I could do.
Shush. Ah, Skur the Wise, Scholar of the Iron Wind. Hey kid. The boy jumps up as you approach. He's ecstatic. You got the Stitches away. Thank you, sir. We were so worried the locals were going to get to him. I couldn't believe it when the ground opened up and that weird Stitches took him below. I swear it sounded like it had gears and servos inside. Maybe it took Mittens to join the Order of Outcast Stitcha, where he'll finally be with his own kind. Huh. Well, I did as I promised. And we appreciate it. He takes something from inside his shirt. It appears to be some sort of small device. Here, take this. I scrounged it a while back and never found a use for it, but you probably know all about these things. Chem paste. Charm paste, sorry. Plus 45% on persuasion. A small tube of reddish aqueous paste. It is warm to the touch and gives off a sweet, balmy perfume. When applied to the teeth, it temporarily stimulates facial muscles. From a distance, this twitch can easily be mistaken from a disarming and somewhat trustworthy grin. The perfume is pleasant from a comfortable distance and acts as a very mild intoxicant. It causes the user to seem more approachable and honest than they normally would. Charm paste eventually evaporates, leaving behind a pink chalky residue. Its effects are limited and tend not to last much longer than a first impression. Oh geez, I'm so glad that I didn't accidentally use that. Neat! Okay. Well, let's go talk
to
to
Or is it the other way?
Lord Shifty over here. Keep forgetting his name. Vunken, that's right. Bad news, dude. Welcome back, hero. Have you spotted the Stitches yet? A strange half-mechanical Stitches dug a tunnel from below and helped the Stitches escape. He frowns unhappily. That is, most disappointing. A half-mechanical Stitches, you say? Very strange. Who could have been behind such a thing? He sighs. Well, I thank you for trying, but sadly, I cannot reward you for finding the Stitches when it is lost. My apologies. I don't care. Vengeance, blah blah. The only good bug is a dead bug. Oop, wrong movie. Return to your homes. Ah, that concludes it. Excellent.
Yes.
Feel like teleporting. There needs to be a teleporter. I know I've already complained about this, but I need to be able to teleport to the crossroads to my sanctuary. Let's see, peak of the city, that is... Is that what the Omniviewer telescope thing is? Doesn't look like it. Ah, this nifty thing. Still wish I knew what that gate did.
Yes. Now.
Yeah.
Yes. Now.
I mean, come on, empty time. That sounds awesome. Let's examine the device again. Right. Oh yeah, holes in space. A sizzling beam shoots out of the hole and strikes you dead in the eye. It didn't hurt in the slightest. Instead, your mind is briefly filled with the mouth-watering image of a slab of grilled something, and the chummy tones of an advertiser's sales pitch in a language you don't understand. That is so awesome. You step too close, and one of the anomalies hisses past your hip like a disc made of razors. One of your pouches feels heavier. It seems the anomaly has left you a presence. Cyclonic cube. Oh, an oddity. Light moves strangely through this glass cube, forming square patterns of blue and purple colors. Oh, neat! Nothing. Oh, the cliffs. That's the teleportation thing. We couldn't go anyplace interesting there. Had some vague impression that the bloom was listed as a destination, but I think that may have been just for the omniscope. Okay, well, this isn't where I expected to show up. Well, okay, whatever. So... Okay... Not this. Okay, so Mallet was drunk. Okay. Folsom was with Bichu. So Mallet is okay. Gazé, again, I don't know. Just doesn't seem like it. So Kiyatawa found a corpse but didn't want to share it. Okay. She seemed like she was hiding something else about her visit to Circuit Miner. And then I talked to the merchant, who said that she was staggering around, muttering about hollow red circles. You know what? I think she did it.
All right.
I think she did it. The others are either too alien in my mind to understand why it would be a problem, or have at least somewhat corroborated alibis. She was evasive and lied about being in Circus Minor, and then when she did, or when we did find out what she did, she was wandering, talking about these circles. I think it's her. The fat man's gaze shifts to Metkina, and his expression hardens further. Metkina, you will tell me if you know anything about this murder, he says, gesturing at the bloody floor with a ringed hand. And if you are responsible, you will reveal the name of your employer. Now. You know me better than that, she growls. Or should. Should I? He says. Very well. Lend your expertise to the task at hand, Metkina. Find me the killer. I suggest you try your hardest. He smiles tightly and returns his gaze to you, waiting for you to speak. Do you have any new insights on the killer's motives? Yes, I no longer believe the murderer is trying to hurt me. They were simply lucky. His smile is grim and predatory. That luck will not last. Yeah, because he had nothing to do with the third death, which was, that Jack, who is nobody of consequence. Alright. Let's roll the dice. I know who the murderer is. Do you? He says. Tell me. Alright. Leaning back. Alright, it was her.
Making a note.
Interesting, he says. A quiet woman, somewhat fragile. I have sensed instability in her, but not the, aptitude for violence. I will be interested to learn what people can extract from her. He signals to his bodyguards. They slip from his side and flit towards the Denderahur chapel at a flat run. I don't think you can flit at a full run, but that's okay. I'll allow it. Oh, I hope I picked the right person. Sometime later, the bodyguards race back to Folsom's side. One of them whispers in his ear, and he nods. Kiata was already gone, he says. She must have suspected you were close to proving your guilt. At least she has fled, and I doubt she'll return. He growls deep in his throat. If you ever see her again, feel free to do the same thing to her that she did to my people. He gestures to one of his bodyguards, and she hastens forward with your reward. Folsom looks away. I like rewards. Okay, so that completed the quest. Where would that be in here? Well, in any case, good for us. I assume that that's the right person. What was I supposed to get as a reward? Wait, was it this? Eyes of the Finite? Grants Sucker Punch. Ooh. This is a small glass plate fashioned into a pin, although it can hardly be called a fashion item, as a crowd of otherworldly eyes competes to look out through the glass into the curious world that you inhabit. The eyes reveal weakness in foes, especially those already weakened. So I could give Sucker Punch to Eridus and make him, like, awesomer. I need to sort this stuff out here. Okay, this is turning into a mess. So let's do that. Let's get all our items kind of down in one area. I'm losing track of what I'm doing. That's the ring fragment. And this is another ornament, and unfortunately I can only have one of those. So is that the sum total of our reward? I don't remember seeing the thing off to the side.
Absolutely.
Ah, cool! So, let's take a look here. So, I'm aware that our rogue friend had a little more kick to him damage-wise, and was possibly a better tank, too. The problem is, I really like Eridus. He's awesome. That's a stupid reason to like him, but there we are. So, does he have anything on ornament-wise? No. So, dude, this is like right up your alley. Right? Take it. Wear it. Alright. That's right, and we gave him that. And he's got an okay axe. Okay, I don't see Sucker Punch in here, but I guess we'll find out. So cool. I haven't decided yet if I want to keep Metkina around, or if I want to go trade him back for...
Comes the Boredom Slayer.
Jeez, dude. He just keeps interrupting me. Oh, here's the outcast. Let's say hi to him. The deformed Stitches sees your approach, and it grunts and chitters with pleasure. The scent of newly unearthed stone surrounds it. Friendship, it sighs. Surprised by construct, it taps its chest lightly in gratitude. Not expect hole by trash. It deflates slightly. Not go stitch a tunnel. Scent tells not welcome. Its odor shifts subtly into loneliness. Not live long. Die away from sunlight. You've survived. How are you, now that you have returned to your native habitat? Stitcha gone, broodmates left. Scent marks and tunnel tell to keep away, it considers, then huffs out a cloud that smells like sadness. But live, for now. So what are you eating down here? Beg food, old devices, drink lightning from them. It points to a tidy pile of Numenera that sits nearby. Looking more closely, you see they are mostly electrical power sources. Try keep clean. Is there anything down here that I should know about? Nazi, try to survive. Alright. Well, I'm glad that worked out. I'm thinking of swapping Medkina for Calistes, just because, I don't know, reasons. Alright, what do you have for sale this time? Is there anything different? No. That's okay, though. So where's that oddity we just got? Cyclonic Cube. Neat, but I don't need it. Oh. Okay. So... should I go do that now? I don't know if I have to gather my party before venturing forward, unfortunately. Did I give her anything? Oh, that's neat. Oh yeah, and it was pointed out to me that this is a short-range weapon, and I went back and looked at the video, and yeah, there was a little circle when it was her turn, and I was standing outside that circle, so yeah, sorry kid, my bad. I feel like I should have an artifact for her too. Do I have anything good? Flex skill that I keep forgetting to use. See, I want to keep adaptation. So where... so this is an ornament. So if I wanted to, like, kind of bond with someone, I could give them that. I guess I could... I guess I could give her the energizing rings. I don't know if my followers will use an active artifact, though. Oh, I forgot that I have a ranged weapon. Oh, neat. You know, I think I will. And then it looks like I'm actually done with this area, so that's really cool. Let me head back up and see if I want to buy anything on the way out. I don't think so. We can go talk to the vendor really quick. Prada, the one who tipped us off to our murderer. Run, run, run. Where are you? Prada, who has been instrumental, obviously, in solving this mystery. That was a tricky one. That was kind of a guess at the end. Okay. What do you have for sale? So I've got some of these various things. The contingent subroutine. Yeah. It's not even expensive. The dart. The reconstitutor. Detonation. And prey sector. You know, I think I want the contingent subroutine. Because that is pretty cool. Yeah, let's buy that.
Ciphers are killing me.
Yes, yes, yes. So, I'm going to keep that. Oh, I'm probably not going to use the charm paste, so let's go ahead and let's give that to Eridus to carry around for us. So I've got an explosion, another explosion, a big int, fill, my total get out of jail free card, and confers contingent subroutine. Okay, so that's another sort of not quite dying thing. Okay. I feel like we're getting this together. I can't remember if the Cult of Me had anything for sale. Let's go take a look quick. Yeah, I guess I am going to keep Rin around. She's not my favorite, but she may be okay as a heal bot, so we'll see. Do you have any supplies? Huh. We will gladly share with one of our brethren, of course, but we are not wealthy. We exist on small donations, curios, and the occasional great gift from one of your siblings. For instance, we had a weapon once used by the Chalcedon. The Chalcedon, the commander of... She catches herself. My point is that we require some payment for our wares, she hastens to add. At a discount for you, of course. I get a discount on bedding and junk? Cortical Shunt. +1 training and deception. When placed against a user's head, this piece of crooked metal gently thrusts a rod into their brain and releases whispering, subtle pulses of an unknown energy. This is neat. You know, this is totally something that would be right up the lines of, for example, a thief. It's not real expensive. You know, I'm going to pick this up because I could swap that in and out depending on what it is that I'm doing at the time. So that's neat. Alright, let's head up to the Order of Truth. I could just walk, but why would I walk up the staircase when I could teleport there instead? I wouldn't, that's why. Let's see here. The peak of the city, that was Government Square. Alright.
All right.
Oh, I never figured out the Numenera. Was that the name? Something close to that? Ah, Calistige. Let's go say hi.
Oh, my scintillating wit was lure enough to bring you back, I see.
Actually, it was. So what can you tell me about this place? The Order of Truth? A combination of brilliant minds and the most rigid set of ethics you have ever seen. Or, so they'll tell you. Between the two of us, they eat from the hands of the slave families and would never dare cross their benefactors. What I'm saying is, you should watch your back. So why did you choose to come here? Where else would I go? The underbelly? Here, at least, I have access to the minds that might challenge me, not to mention their libraries. So, I don't know if I made this explicit, but this is the control room at the top of the spaceship, and of course, the engines in the underbelly are the bottom. And I really wish that I could launch a spaceship, but that would probably be bad for the people that are hanging around. Okay, let's see if Metkina's gonna whine at me about trying to get her to go away.
Start talking.
I think we should part ways. I don't mind saying this comes as a bit of a surprise. Sorry. I'll be at my home in the Cave of Last Words. Alright. Sorry. See, you take that like an adult, you know? Like, fine, I'm not sure this is working right now. We'll come back later. We'll talk. Calistige, let's go.
My scintillating wit was lure enough to bring you back, I see.
You and your probability cloud just make me happy. I don't know why, but I like her. Okay, so does she have anything interesting? She has kind of a crummy weapon. This is 4, so my weapon's actually better. She has... yeah, she's got some other stuff going on. Basically, I'll just keep my eyes open for stuff that I can give to her. Oh, did I have anything ornament-wise that I could give to her? I should probably be using the flex skill. Again, I don't know if she'll use an active ability. Does that say +2 damage? Oh, it means you take +2 damage. Okay, I get it. So that's not a great plan. Okay, so, well, this basically finishes up what we're gonna do. We can hire an airship, and that we can go to the valley. The Valley of Dead Heroes. Which I think That was the place that was mentioned by the machine that disliked us in the room in the reef that pretended not to understand us. Interesting. We may double check that on the way out, but I think it's actually time for us to leave. This is very exciting. So this is an obvious time to take a break. If you've been watching through this far and you haven't subscribed, I would strongly encourage you to do so you don't miss a minute of my scintillating wit, to quote our new best friend here. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.